Module 5, Compound Fractions. In this module, you'll learn everything there is to know about compound fractions and what they are and how to use them. A compound fraction is an expression that includes a whole number and a fractional part. It is in the form of W n over D, where W equals a whole number, n equals a numerator, and D equals a denominator. These are such as 2 and 3/8, 5 and 9/16, 7 and 9/11. These are all compound fractions. A compound fraction is in a proper form, but it can be written in its improper form, where the numerator is larger than the denominator, such that 2 and 3/8 in its improper form would be 19/8. 5 and 9/16 in its improper form would be 89/16. 7 and 9/11 in its improper form would be 86/11. The compound fraction 2 and 3/8 is read 2 and 3/8. The word and indicates addition, 2 plus 3/8. Improper compound fractions are easier to use than proper fractions. For example, improper form, 19/8 times 33/16 would be 19 times 33 equals 627, and 8 times 16 would be 128, and we can turn that into its proper form by making it 4 and 115 over 128. The proper form, if we wanted to multiply this, would be 2 plus 3/8 times 2 plus 1/6. It would equal the same value of 4 and 115 over 128. However, it's more difficult to get there. We will use the FOIL method to do this. And it's not important that you know how this method is derived or how to use it yet. You'll learn that in the future, but for now, just note how much more difficult it is over the improper form. The FOIL method, F stands for first terms, O stands for outside terms, I stands for the inside terms, and L stands for last terms, FOIL. Our first terms, this is first term, last term, first term, last term. The first terms, 2 times 2, these are both first terms, equals 4. Outside terms, 2 times 1/16 equals 2/16. The inside terms, 3/8 times 2 equals 6/8. And finally, the last terms, 3/8 times 1/16 equals 3/128. We want to add all these up, so we have 4 plus 2/16 plus 6/8 plus 3/128. So we have 4 and 128. 16 goes into 128 8 times. 2 times 8 is 16. 8 divides into 128. 16 times 6 times 16 is 96, and 128 divides into 128. 1 times 3 is 3. We add all this up, 4 plus 115 over 128. That was a lot of work, and I think you will agree the improper form is a much easier method to use. It's certainly a shorter time period to do it. Now we're going to convert proper to improper fractions and converting improper back to proper fractions. We have the whole number, numerator over the denominator. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to multiply the whole number times the denominator up here, W times D, and then we're going to add the numerator to it. So W times D plus N over the denominator. 2 times 8. 2 times 8 plus 3. So 2 times 8 is 16 plus 3 equals 19 over 8. Here we have negative numbers. Negative whole number, it's a negative fraction actually, negative W over ND. Then we have negative W plus negative N over D. The fractional part is negative added to the negative whole. So we have here negative plus negative 3 over 8. 8 is our denominator. Negative 2 times a positive 8 is going to be negative 16. And we have negative 3, which we're adding to it, so negative 16 plus Negative 3 gives us negative 19 over 8. Numerator, n equals the numerator, d equals the denominator, w equals the whole. N over d equals w. This is where we're converting from an improper form back to a proper form. We want to get this so that we have w, the whole number, equals n minus w times d. So if we divide n into d into n, we're going to get a whole number, whatever it is, and we're going to take the numerator and we're going to minus the w times the d and divide it by d. For example, here we have 19/8. 8 goes into 19 two times with a remainder. That remainder is 19 minus 2 times 8, which is 19 minus 16, which is going to give us 3 and 8. So we have 2 and 2 plus this remainder, 3/8. Here we have a negative fraction, negative nd. So we have negative whole number, n minus wd divided by d again. So 8 goes into negative 19, negative 2 times, plus negative 19 minus 2 times 8, because that's what this is up here. So this is going to get changed to a plus sign. So negative 19 plus 16, we're going to subtract the smaller from the larger, 16 from 19, and keep the sign of the larger, negative 3. 2 plus negative 3 equals negative 2 and 3/8. Click on the link below to take the online quiz, and remember, this is a little bit difficult subject, so if you need to go back and review this video multiple times, please do so until you master this.